What's up, Math 8? Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Math with Mullins. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite things, slope-intercept form. So what we're going to do is we're going to be able to write equations in slope-intercept form from a graph and then be able to graph those equations when you're given slope-intercept form. First thing we want to write down is, well, what is slope-intercept form? It's y is equal to mx plus b. We'll get into detail here in just a second, but m is representing your slope, which remember is your rise over run. And then b is going to be your y-intercept. And we'll talk more about where that is in just a minute. To write the equation in slope-intercept form, you first want to find the slope and the y-intercept. Your slope is your rise over run. Your y-intercept is b, where the line crosses the y-axis. And then you plug it into your formula. So m would be your slope and b would be your y-intercept. You're always going to have that x and the y in the same place value when you do slope-intercept form. So what we're going to do here is we're going to write the equation of each line in slope-intercept form. The first thing I'm going to do is have you find your y-intercept. Okay, so here my y-intercept is equal to 4. So that's going to be your b. b is equal to a positive 4. So remember, we're trying to fill in this y is equal to mx plus b. We just found b. Now what we need to do is find the slope, okay? And for this one, we can do one of two things. We really just want to make sure that we're looking for where it accurately crosses over 2 points, and it's looking like it's crossing here. So really what I want to do is once I find that accurate point, I want to then just go from left to right and find my rise over run. So my rise from the pink point to the teal point is up 2, and then run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my rise over run is 2 over 5, and that's going to be my slope, which is m. So that'll plugged into the m. So my answer here is y is equal to 2/5 x plus 4. Okay? So once we did step 1, find your y-intercept. Step 2 is establish your slope from, we'll say, 2 clear points. So no points that are like in between a line. Okay? So we're going to try that for these two. Maybe pause the video and try these on your own, and when you're ready to check it, click play. All right, so we're looking for b, which is your y-intercept first. So in this case, it's going to be 1. Then I want to know where my slope is. And so I'm going to just pick a clear point on my graph. I'm going to use this one right here. So this hot pink slope to the fair pink slope, whatever we want to say that. That's going to be up 1, 2, 3, 4, and run 1. So my slope is 4 over 1, which is just equal to 4. So when I plug it into my formula of y is equal to mx plus b, I'm going to have y is equal to 4x plus 1. Okay? For this next one, my y-intercept is -3, so b is equal to -3. And then my slope, I just picked the next clear point, which is actually very close here. Okay? That is going to give me rise of down 2 and run of 1. So my m, or my slope, is -2 over 1, which is just equal to -2. So when I plug this in, I'm going to get y is equal to -2x minus 3. If you want to write plus -3, you can, but -3 would be the best way to show that that 3, or that y-intercept, should be negative. The next thing we're going to do is figure out how to graph an equation when you're given slope-intercept form. So we're going to start at the y-intercept. That'll be step 1. And then step 2, use your slope to move and create your line. So just make sure you have those written down in your notes. You can pause the video here if you need to. If not, let's go ahead and click play and keep going on. So what I do first is I look for my y-intercept, okay? And my y-intercept is given to me as -5. So I'm going to start that here, okay? And I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so we can see a little bit better. The next thing I'm going to do is use my slope to find out where I should go next. So in this case, my slope is -8 over 5. Here's the frustrating thing. If I try to go -8 over 5, that means I need to rise -8 and run 5. If I do that, I'm going to go off the page. So instead of going, this would be down 8 and right 5, I'm going to actually go up 8 and left 5. It's still going to turn out to be the same thing, so I'm just doing the exact opposite, or a mirror image. So I'm going to go up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then to the left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now trust me, when I get here, I would just connect my points. Typically, I'd want you to create more points, but we just ran out of room. Now, I understand negative 8, 5 means go down 8 and to the right 5, but I want you to understand how this works, even though I went up 8 and left 5, if I ran out of room at the bottom. I can still prove that my slope works by starting with my left point and going down to my right one. That means I still can show my slope as negative 8 over 5. That means I went down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's my rise. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my run. I still have negative 8 over 5 as my rise over run. I'm still creating that negative slope. So that is still a good way to do this. So if I want to recreate the wheel, I just do the opposite of down, because down would be negative 8, opposite would be up. The opposite of right 5 would be left 5. Okay? I'm going to have you guys try this one on your own. So go ahead and pause the video here, try this one on your own, and when you're ready, go ahead and click play. And for this first one, I'm actually going to change your, never mind, we're good. Okay. All right, for the first one, y-intercept is always first. My y-intercept is 4. Then it says to go do negative 9. So my slope is negative 9. And since there's no number underneath it for my run, so this is my rise, but I need my run, so this is just going to be 1, okay? So rise is negative 9. Let's count down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Run 1. I'm here at 1, negative 5. I can connect my points in a straight line. Hopefully you did a lot better than I did. Okay? This next one, my y-intercept, is at 4 as well. But now my slope is 1/3. This is rise 1, run 3. So rise 1 means go up 1 and then to the right 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? If I wanted to create a point on the left side, I just do the opposite. If I go up 1, right 3, then I can go down 1 to the left 1, 2, 3, and still create that same pattern. Again, to trust the process, can I conclude that these 3 points show rise over 1 as 1 over 3? Yes. Up 1 over 1, 2, 3. Up 1 over 1, 2, 3. So that's still creating that same 1 to 3 rise run. So that would be what my line would look like. Okay? The next few are just creating points and then graphing your situation. So you have $100 in your savings account, deposit $25 each week. So that's going to be represented by y is equal to 25x plus 100, because weeks could change. 100 is what you start with. So to graph this, since it's probably going to be positive, we are going to just create our table or our graph from quadrant 1, and we're starting at 100, so I might do like every other one of these is 100. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. Okay? 100 is where I start. Now, it says 25x is my slope. So this is up 25 over 1. So up 25 would be about halfway between the next one, and then over 1. Up 25 over 1. Up 25 over 1. Up 25 over 1. Okay? So that would be kind of what my line would look like. Same type of deal here. You have $50 of Christmas money. You spend $5 on snacks each day. Write an equation to represent the situation, and then graph your equation. I do have $50 of Christmas money, so that's a positive 50. That's where I'm starting. But when I spend $5 every day, that's a negative slope. So I'm taking away $5 per day. So y is equal to negative 5x plus 50. Since we're going to have to show a negative value, I'm going to do quadrant 4. Or no, I could still do a full quadrant. Let's do this, okay? Because I'm needing $50. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And then these would still have to be the same interval just to make sure my graph is all even. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, okay? Right now I'm starting at $50, but every day I'm going down by 5. So my slope is -5/1, so that's rise, -5, run 1. So these are gonna go over just a little bit every time. So -5 would just be halfway between 50 and 40 over 1, -5 over 1, -5 over 1, -5 over 1, -5 over 1. So as you can see, by a few weeks, I'm going to be going down with my money. Okay? The last one, the graph shows the number of erasers y in the supply closet after X days. Find and interpret the slope of the graph. So we're starting at 40, and to find slope, I just need to find the next clear point, which would be, let's just do this one. So this is down -20, and then over 40. So my slope is -20 over 40, or -2 over 4, or -1/2, okay? So that just means for every y, so lose 1 eraser, that's my rise, every 2 days, that's my run, okay? Then it says find and interpret the y-intercept. The y-intercept is 40 because that's where you started, so 40 is the number of erasers the closet starts with. And then it shows after, if you wanted to talk about the x-intercept, here's your x-intercept. After 80 days, I'm going to have 0 erasers, so I'd have to replenish after 80 days, okay? That's going to conclude our video on 7.4, the slope-intercept form. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hopefully this video helped you. Give it a thumbs up if it did, and we will catch you next time when we talk about some proportional relationships on the graph and equations. Have a great day.